Hey everybody, Justin Watching Movies here. Today we're going to rank all 4 of the Warner Animated Group films, or the Warner Brothers Animated Group films. This company was founded a few years ago, and their first movie was the Lego Movie. Then they followed it up with Storks, then the Lego Batman movie, and now the Lego Ninjago movies. So Storks is the only film in this company that isn't Lego based, and they actually have a few other movies planned out, like a Scooby-Doo movie, another Lego movie, they got a Speedy Gonzalez planned, a Bigfoot movie, Bones. They have a lot of movies planned, and I'm so excited to see where this company does go, because I thoroughly enjoy all 4 of these movies. So it is hard to pick one that is the worst, because they're all kind of good, and it's hard to pick one that is the best, because they're all really good. So I sat down and watched all of them in preparation for the Lego Ninjago movie, and I have a clear mindset of where all 4 of these rank. So we're going to start with number 4, which is considered the worst. Keep in mind, this isn't a bad film, this is just how I feel about this movie. So coming in at number 4 is Storks. Storks is the second movie that was released through this company and had the voice cast of Andy Samberg, about a stork who is trying to become like the new top boss. It has a similar business mindset like Amazon, where they just deliver things like phones and goods. They used to deliver babies, but there were some things that happened that they stopped doing that. So now they have this orphan named Tulip that lives with them at the top of the mountain. And so they're trying to keep her away, because everything she does, she ruins it. So they have to keep her away. And it is up to the stork, voiced by Andy Samberg, to keep this young girl Tulip away from everything. And then there's this baby that's born, and deliver the baby to the family. The reason why it's placed at number 4 is that it takes a little while for me to really get into this film. It is my wife's favorite film of last year, and she loves this movie to pieces, but it does take some time for me to really enjoy this movie. The first 30 minutes, it feels like a cartoon show, like it's really going nowhere. There's no clear structure at what it wants to be. There is some humor, smart humor placed throughout those moments, but it does take some time for me to really get into the film and get it to be exciting. And once they leave the mountain, Tulip and this stork, and I forgot the stork's name already, I just watched it, they do have a really good relationship. They are butting heads at times, but it does have that good development between them two. There are some really interesting side characters, like this pigeon named Toadie, who has a Canadian goose as a girlfriend, and I thought it was hilarious. And then you have the pack of wolves, who always form into something really interesting that kids really wouldn't understand. And that's why I think Storks has some really great humor for both adults and kids to enjoy. But unfortunately, it takes me a while to get into this film. But the rest of the film I really love. It's really funny. There's great adventure to it. There's some great side characters as well. Coming in at number 3 is the newest film, the Lego Ninjago movie. I really liked the Lego Ninjago movie. It had some great humor in it. Just like Storks, it had some really great adult humor as well. Some of the characters were really fun as well. They clicked as a team. All these different elements like fire, water, lightning, and ice. They all connected great as a team. I did like the villain, but towards the end, they kind of did die out. There was a little less excitement going for it for the whole entire film. I thought this was a fun adventure film. Kind of reminded me of Power Rangers a little bit. I just had like this great sense of adventure that kids can enjoy, and then there was some humor thrown out that both adults and kids can enjoy. But towards the end, it tried to create this relationship between the father and son, and it was working, but it didn't have that exciting level that I was feeling throughout the whole entire film. And there really wasn't much humor placed towards the end as well. It did wrap up very nicely, but getting towards the end, it kind of did feel a little weak. Coming in at number 2, the second to best movie would be the Lego Movie. This was the first movie that the company had put out, the Warner Brothers Animated Group. And though I really loved it when I first watched it, it doesn't have that rewatchability in my opinion. I do like the main star voiced by Chris Pratt, and maybe like a couple other characters I did like, but as a whole, but there wasn't that many side characters that I did find interesting. I did think that this movie did a great job exploring the Lego universe, and I really liked Will Ferrell's take on this villain and the end sequence as well, where he was a human and had all the Legos lined out in his basement, and had a awesome soundtrack that kept the scenes thrilling. And that leads me to the best Warner Brothers Animated Group film, and that would have to be the Lego Batman movie. The Lego Batman suffers from what Lego Ninjago kind of did. It kind of dies out towards the end, but this film is hilarious. And Batman is such an eccentric hero. He is out there. He is great. He is one of my all-time favorite superheroes, and seeing it in a fun light and humor placed into such a dark character was an interesting take, and I think it worked so well. It's one of the best Batman movies in recent memories. It's crazy when you have a Lego movie about a superhero that makes it better than some recent Batman films. But this movie was a lot of fun, and I loved having all of the Batman villains in there and all the Batman side characters. All of them felt like they just came off the page in a Lego form and had some humor sprinkled throughout. It was just so perfect. So there you guys have it, all 4 of the Warner Brothers animated group films ranked worst to best. Before you guys leave this video, comment down below and how would you rank all 4 of these movies. You got the 3 Lego movies and then Storks. It's like the odd man out of this series, but once they have some other ones, it'll be evened out. So how would you rank it? Leave your thoughts down below. You guys are the best as always. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You guys are awesome as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.